Go ahead and close your eyes. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Allow the muscles in your face to droop down. Unclench the jaw. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead and open your eyes. Hello and welcome to Mindful Moves. You're back with Dans and I'm so happy to have you here. This episode is a super exciting one. This is what really transformed my life in my journey, is really pulling myself out of my old life and putting me into my new one. And the only thing that really differentiated that was the habits that I kept, the things that I did on my day to day. Now, I want to start this by saying today is all you have. The beginning of this episode is already in the past, and I think that we often forget how quickly it can go. We forget how fast the day can go. The days turn into weeks, the weeks turn into months, etc., etc. If you ask anybody over the age of 60, they will look at you and say, enjoy it while it lasts, it goes so quickly. But I think I found a hack. I think I found a way to slow down time, and this is how it works in my life. And this all started out with realizing that today is what I have. This day in front of me, from the moment I wake up, is what I have. And the best way I have found to utilize it and to really make the most of it is to have habits in my life that bring out the best in me, but also fully use the day to the way I want it. So a lot of the time we pick up our habits and our day to day from our parents or our primary caretakers, and we learn this and we kind of adopt it on. It's unconscious, so it's really locked into your subconscious. So that's why when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, a lot of people are in autopilot and they will start their day as they start their day every day. Maybe they roll out of bed. While they roll out of bed, they're already thinking about their to-do list, what they need to get done for the day. Then they're going to the bathroom, and without even thinking about it, they're brushing their teeth, they're in the shower, they're getting ready, they've put on the clothes, they eat the same breakfast. And it's almost like we're in these motions. We move through these motions so subtly that we don't even notice that we're doing them. Now, I don't know if anybody has ever gone traveling, or if you have been, maybe you've slept somewhere that isn't your normal routine, like at your home. You will feel like you're learning something new because that's what's happening. Your normal programming is being challenged. And I get that not everybody can just go and travel, or they can't just go stay somewhere else. We have what we have in our lives. But you can make each day really, really fulfilling. And how you start doing this is honestly with simple awareness. When you wake up in the morning, obviously, as you know, this month we are doing the breathing tool to regulate our nervous system. So I'm hoping that when you wake up, you've done your breathing, you've set your 5-minute timer, and you're starting the day with a promise to yourself. But a lot of the time we just roll into the day, and what I'm trying to say is it's really your choice. It's your choice. If you decide to roll into the day always thinking that you have so much to do, you're so busy, you've got no time for yourself, you need to start your dreams later, you need to decide your dream life later, that's just always going to be like that. And unfortunately, it's going to be until the day it's too late. And this is a sharp awakening that I had, is that if I don't really put in to my day what I want and what I want to get out of it, the day is just going to run me. I'm not going to run the day. So understandably, we know that people all have different circumstances and their days look different. My day looks very different to other people's days, and we need to acknowledge that and know that fact. What I'm trying to say is that you hold the full power to change your life. And I truly believe that they are in habits. When we develop habits that bring out the best in us, that make us feel the best, that's when our day starts feeling different. I can give you an example. I used to wake up, and I have a very busy mind. So I'd wake up and I'd be thinking about what I need to do for the day. And as I'm thinking and going through the motions of the brushing teeth, the showering, I'm already getting a bit shortness of breath. My lungs aren't filling up completely. It's kind of this short, shallow breath. I'm already overwhelmed. Before it's been 30 minutes into my day, I'm overwhelmed. I'm feeling, I don't know how I'm going to get everything done. And what about all the things I said I was going to do? And apart from work, what about the things I want to do for myself? What about the goals and dreams? And you know where this is going. I think we've all felt like that, if not still feel like that. And I'm not saying that those days go away, but I made an active decision to say, I am in full control of my life. In my opinion, we choose what's important to us. And I understand that formulating new habits is not easy. It's not easy to go and start gymming every day. If, let's say, your goal is to feel really fit and healthy, it's not going to be easy. But I can guarantee it's not going to be as hard as waking up every day and feeling that overwhelm, stress, disappointment, and sadness that floods you when you're not actually living in your happiest self. Now, I want to speak a bit more about your happiest self. A lot of people refer to it as like, I want to be my highest self and I want to be my best self. And I totally understand if that resonates with you. But I think what changed for me is I said to myself, I want to develop certain habits and implement things into my day to be my happiest self. And I know that we can't be happy every day, but when you're trying to be your happiest self, it kind of just means that you're operating from a place of, I'm just being myself. Because you, in your natural state, you're going to be happy. You're going to, at the least, feel peace. And so I'm going to help you with this journey. I'm going to help you develop these habits. That's why we're doing the implementation of, for instance, this month, we're doing the breath. And then next month, we're going to learn a new self-regulation tool. Because I want to show you that habits for long-lasting change have criteria. Instead of doing everything at once, you need to start slow. So literally what the name of this podcast is how you're going to go about your day. Mindful moves. I imagine at every point in my day when I have an option to do something, two paths. I imagine one way is how it's always been and continually to be forever and ever. And the other way means that you get to enter into a different reality. And for me, there's just so much potential in that reality. There's so much power in that reality. And instead of looking at your whole day and saying, I need to change everything, imagine you can just do it from moment to moment. So the criteria for building long-lasting habits in your day, because the day is truly what you have your full power over, you need to know that it's going to take consistency. Consistency is one of the biggest things. You'll hear in my previous episodes, highlight is repetition. So consistency and repetition are pretty much the same thing. We want to have something going at whatever level. So for instance, this month we're doing 5 minutes of breathing, or 10 if you can, every day for a month. Now, it might not seem like doing 5 minutes in the morning is going to be a lot, but that momentum that you build catapults you into a new life. And this is the whole point. So criteria number one, we need consistency and repetition. Not only is this going to build momentum, it rewires your brain. You're developing new neural pathways and you're allowing them to flourish. But how do they develop? They develop through consistency. A big thing here is a lot of the time we are so hard on ourselves. We think, I've always done it this way. I've never done it the right way. I'm lazy. I'm not enough. I would never be able to achieve that. And I want to just present you with giving yourself grace. Think about how many years it took you to learn all of, perhaps you would say, negative behaviors. How long it took to learn those, or ones that you aren't quite happy with. It took a long time, and guess what the common denominator was there? Is consistency. You did it consistently over time. And now, as difficult as you may say in your head it might be, if you have a non-negotiable that you're going to practice something new, whether it's every day or every second day, whatever you decide, it's completely your decision. But if you can do that, just know that it will work. It's backed 100% by your brain and science and how it works. And I think that so many people think that they just don't have willpower. It's not that. It's that your habit system is so strong. And that used to scare me. That used to make me feel like my negative habits are going to stay forever. They're just so strong and they're locked in. But the opposite is true too, that if you learn new habits, they will be as strong, if not stronger. Positive things are way stronger than negative. So often I remind myself that I need to give myself grace. Whatever I'm trying to implement in my day, whatever I'm trying to change or do better or do for myself, it takes time. It takes consistency, and doing too much at once can do the opposite. So that's point number 2. When you want long-lasting change in your life, don't do it all at once. The next episode is going to be super interesting on why this is the case. But just know that if you're trying to do everything at once, it's super overwhelming. It puts your whole brain and your body into like a no, this does not feel right. This is not what we normally do. Normally, after work, we scroll on our phone and then we maybe have like a beer and we watch TV and then we go to bed. Now you want me to journal and you want to light a candle. You want me to do yoga? No way. So rightfully so, your body is in its habit loop. So the second thing is really, really just knowing that don't do it all at once. You don't need to. So much of the time, we are in such a rush. I myself can speak on this. I was like, okay, every single time I wanted to change, have this shift in my life. You know that point you get to where you're sick of what your current circumstances are. You want to change them, so you make this amazing plan and you implement it, and like I say, it lasts 2 weeks. And then you go back to your old pattern, and then eventually after a few months, you're sick and tired, and boom, repeated cycle. So if you've experienced that, I want you to take a moment. Have I ever done that? Yes. Okay. That's not working anymore. That no longer serves you. So let's try something new. Slow it down. There's no rush. No rush at all. In fact, the most productive thing you could do is do as little change as possible, but consistently over time. So I really implore that. Okay. So first one, consistency, repetition, don't forget. Second one is really important as well. Don't overload your brain with too many tasks, one at a time. This is a perfect example of this season. We're doing 5 minutes of breath a day, 10 if you can manage. That's it. I know that there's so many other goals you want to achieve. Maybe they're physical, maybe they're spiritual, whatever they may be, financial. But rushing into them all is not going to get you anywhere. So let's break them down chunk by chunk and let's just tackle them day by day. I really, really hope that you know that you are able to do this. This is one of the fundamentals of what I'm going to be speaking about, is me sitting here right now. I can give you the tools and I can tell you that they work because they have worked in my own life. But the only person capable of this change is you. I firmly believe that our life rests in our day. It's all that we actually have right now. We have today and our habits, and that is the building blocks of our life. They shape our life. So I would love you to take an audit of what your day looks like. If you have a moment, write it down. It can be very simple, very basic. You wake up, you go to work, you do whatever. You go on the computer, you scroll, whatever you do after work. In between, like, what do you eat? Are you nourishing your body, etc.? And I want there to be no judgment. This is the key. You do not have to judge yourself through this process. This is the last thing we want to do. If anything, it's the opposite. We need to learn how to love and embrace those parts of ourselves because they're not negative parts. You are the only one assigning a negative label on something that you do. So what we're trying to do here is change that. Lovingly, with patience, we're going to be diving into your day today. Stop looking at the week or the year or what you want to achieve by 2026. That's not the point. What do you want to do today? And you have the full capacity to change that right now. I remember when people used to tell me this, I would be like, yeah, okay, fine, like I have today. What does that even mean? Go and try it, and I can give you 100% guarantee that your life will shift. If you promise, 1, consistency, number 2, not to do everything at once. So I'm really hoping that this helps you along whether you're doing the self-regulation tool of this month, which is breath, or you're doing something for yourself, anything, really, anything you want to shift in your life or your day. If you want to change anything in your life, remember that today is how you do it, what you focus on for the day. You can put it off until 2024, you can wait until this Monday, or you can wait until next month. You can do that, but it's not going to shift anything. Time is really how we see it. The sooner, the better. It's going to take repetition, so wouldn't you want to start sooner, knowing that you have to do it consistently? If you're waiting to start on a certain day, it means that, you think you're going to just start and achieve it because you're going to do everything at once. Knowing that you need consistency means you can start right now. So, yeah, I really hope that resonates with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I am going to leave you by saying the light that you are constantly seeking outside of yourself is just waiting to be acknowledged within. Thank you so much for being there. I hope you have an amazing day. It was lovely to have you here.